So recently, it was the 32nd anniversary of Boomerang, which came out in 1992. And if you've never seen Boomerang, you should. It's a rom com that centers on Marcus, who is an ad exec, and his sexual escapades. And in the film, he ends up meeting his match with Jacqueline, played by Robin Givens, who is equally as successful and equally as non committal as he is when it comes to romance. And then he ends up falling for Angela, who is the opposite of Jacqueline, and she like opens his eyes to love and all this good stuff, portrayed by Halle Berry. So the film itself is a rom com. But did you know, because it was set against the backdrop of a black owned advertising firm and everybody was black, all the leads were black, and they were all successful, it got a lot of backlash. Wild stuff. So the film itself didn't get backlash because it was bad, but critics didn't believe that there is a world in which black people can be executives and lead multi-million-dollar campaigns and things like that. They felt that it was fantasy. They called it a reverse world and racist. When this movie came out and it got all this backlash, Eddie Murphy, he basically was like, y'all had no issue when Boys in the Hood was all black because of the circumstances. But when you create a film around black wealth, black success, but that's just the norm because the film actually is a rom-com, y'all are up in arms because there's nobody that looks like you. And he wrote a whole piece on the LA Times to say like all he wants in Hollywood is for black artists to be given the same respect, opportunities as white artists, get the same awards, jobs, our stories being told with no problem. And it's funny that he said this in 1992, and he's been a stoic advocate for black people getting their just due in Hollywood. And if you see all of the work that he's done in the early 90s when it comes to the films he's created, it's blackity black. And you do see other ones where there's more diversity in the cast, but it's just interesting that what he asked for in 1992, the backlash he faced in 1992 is wild, but I don't really see too far of a difference. Yeah, strides have been made. A lot of strides have been made. I don't want to take away from anybody, but we still have a very long way to go. And that was 30 years ago. And even then, he was saying something that should have already happened. And I'm just sitting here like, well, when is it ever going to happen, right? When will black artists be given the same exact opportunities as white artists in Hollywood? Because it's already been proven that we're bankable. It's already been proven that our creativity is unmatched. It's already been proven that we're talented as SHIT when it comes to acting and writing and directing and costume designing and composing and hair and makeup. Like, we're phenomenal. But my question is, when will it ever be an even playing field? And why is it that, and I hate to say it, like, I'm not trying to be Martin Luther King, but like Eddie Murphy's dreams were still deferred. Like, them motherfuckers didn't come true. So it's interesting that it is 2024 and a lot has changed, but not much. And with the landscape, AI, independent content creators, the landscape of Hollywood is constantly being challenged, and yet the foundation portion of it is still not fixed. Anyway, I seen that and I was just like, this is mind blowing, but go check out Boomerang because it's a phenomenal film. And I can't believe they thought it was fantasy, a reverse world, and racist that there would be black people in high levels. But then again, if you think about it, we're still fighting to be in the C suites of a lot of companies. So the world just needs to do effing better. See you in the comment section.